The Time-Traveling Astronaut, a cosmic wormhole mystery. In the year 2057, humanity had made significant strides in space exploration. The International Space Station had expanded to house a rotating crew of 50 scientists and astronauts from various nations working together in harmony to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Commander Jonathan, or John, Mitchell, a seasoned astronaut and respected leader, was part of an important mission to repair one of the station's external modules. He had performed this task countless times before and was known for his steady hands and calm demeanor under pressure. The day of the spacewalk arrived, and John suited up his state-of-the-art extravehicular activity suit. He bid farewell to his crewmates and stepped into the airlock, ready to face the cold void of space. As the airlock depressurized, John's heart raced with anticipation. There was always a sense of awe and wonder when he looked upon the Earth from such a vantage point. With the final checks complete, John ventured out into the vacuum, tethered to the ISS by a thin, reinforced cable. He made his way methodically towards the damaged module, the sun's brilliant rays casting long shadows across the station's sprawling structure. As John focused on the repair, he noticed a faint shimmer in the corner of his vision. It was distant at first, barely perceptible against the backdrop of the stars. He tried to ignore it and concentrate on the task at hand, but the shimmer grew in intensity, impossible to overlook. Curiosity piqued. John turned his gaze towards the strange phenomenon. Before him hung a swirling vortex of vibrant colors, unlike anything he had ever seen before. It seemed to distort and bend the very fabric of space, pulling at the edges of reality. John was mesmerized, his repair work forgotten, as he stared at the captivating anomaly. The wormhole, as he would later come to understand it, seemed to beckon to him, its call irresistible. Ignoring all reason and protocol, John unhooked his safety tether and engaged his suit's thrusters, propelling himself towards the enigmatic portal. As he drew closer, he could feel the inexorable force pulling him in. In those final moments, John's thoughts raced. He wondered if he would ever see his family again, or if his actions would doom him to an eternity in the unknown. But there was no turning back. The wormhole's gravity had him firmly in its grasp, and as the event horizon swallowed him whole, the world he knew vanished in an instant. Back on the ISS, the crew watched in horror as their commander disappeared into the wormhole, his last radio transmission a garbled mess of static and panicked breathing. They scrambled to make sense of the situation. Before they could act, the wormhole closed as suddenly as it had appeared, leaving no trace of its existence or the man it had claimed. John's disappearance sent shockwaves through the international space community. A thorough investigation was launched, but no definitive explanation for the wormhole could be found. As the years passed, John's name became synonymous with the mystery and the unknown, a cautionary tale whispered among the astronauts and cosmonauts. But the story of the disappearing astronaut was far from over. While the world mourned the loss of their beloved astronaut, John found himself on the other side of the wormhole, hurtling through a tunnel of twisting, shifting lights. Time and space seemed to blur together in a disorienting dance, and he could feel his consciousness slipping away. Just as he thought he could bear no more, John was suddenly ejected from the wormhole and found himself floating in the emptiness of an unfamiliar star system. Disoriented, he tried to get his bearings, but the stars and planets around him bore no resemblance to the celestial bodies he knew. His suit's life support systems were rapidly depleting, and he knew he had to find shelter quickly. Desperation drove him to push his suit's thrusters to the limits, propelling him towards the nearest planet that appeared to have a breathable atmosphere. As John descended through the planet's atmosphere, he was struck by its beauty. Lush forests and shimmering seas spread out beneath him, and the air was rich with the scent of unfamiliar flora. The inhabitants of this world, a highly advanced and benevolent race, soon discovered the stranded astronaut and took him in. Over the years, John lived amongst these beings, learned their language, and absorbing their knowledge. They taught him the secrets of the universe, the hidden connections between all living things, and the power of unity and love. They also shared with him the mysteries of the wormhole, explaining that it was an ancient relic of their civilization, used to traverse vast distances across the cosmos. Though he found a new life and purpose among these beings, John never gave up hope of returning to Earth. He shared his story with his newfound friends, who, touched by his determination, decided to help him find a way home. Using their advanced technology, they devised a plan to reopen the wormhole and send John back to his own time and place. The process was risky and required immense energy, but the beings believed in John and his mission to share the wisdom he had gained. After many years, the day finally came for John to return home. He bid a tearful farewell to the friends he had made and the world that had taken him in. With a mix of sadness and anticipation, he stepped into the energy field that would transport him back through the wormhole. As John entered the wormhole once again, he felt the familiar sensation of time and space blending together. He clung to the cryptic message his friends had entrusted to him, a message of hope and unity that could transform humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Miraculously, John emerged from the wormhole in the exact spot where he had vanished years ago. To his astonishment, only moments had passed on Earth since his disappearance. His fellow astronauts, who were still in the process of searching for him, were overjoyed and bewildered by his sudden reappearance. Though John appeared unchanged on the outside, he knew that he was forever altered by the wisdom he had gained. He felt an immense responsibility to share the message from his friends on the other side of the wormhole with the world. Upon his return to Earth, John found himself at the center of a media frenzy. Everyone wanted to hear the story of the astronaut who had disappeared and returned in the blink of an eye. He seized this opportunity to share the cryptic message from the beings he had encountered. The message, a series of symbols and equations, contained the secrets to unlocking a new level of understanding about the universe and the interconnectedness of all living things. Though it took years for humanity to decipher and comprehend the full implications of this message, it slowly began to transform the world. Skeptics and naysayers initially dismissed John's story as a fabrication or a hallucination caused by the stress of his ordeal. However, as more and more of the message was unraveled and proven to be true, even the most ardent doubters had to acknowledge the reality of his experience. Over time, the wisdom John brought back from the other side of the wormhole helped humanity reach new heights of technological advancement, environmental stewardship, and social harmony. Though the challenges of the world were far from over, John's journey and the message he carried served as a beacon of hope for generations to come. In the end, the enigma of the disappearing astronaut became a tale of the power of unity, the potential for human growth, and the boundless mysteries of the cosmos. The world would never forget John's incredible adventure and the profound impact that it had on the future of humanity. Well, that's it for our first story, The Time-Traveling Astronaut, a cosmic wormhole mystery. Thanks again for watching. If you have an interest in stories like this, please like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and tell more stories. Thank you.